Hi everyone, I have been promising to do a tutorial on this for a while, and it is on making page kits. So right here on my table I have the start of 3 page kits, one for Summer Soiree by Fancy Pants Designs, one for Snorkel by Cosmo Cricket, and one for Passport by Making Memories. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I get started and then what I add at each step along the way. The way I get started is I start with an inspiration item, and usually for me the inspiration item is something new. And so as you know, I just got papers from these 3 collections from Two Peas in a Bucket, and so I am going to use these new papers as a jumping off point for my kits. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing I want to show you is just the plastic thing that the kits are in. It has one large 12 by 12 pocket, as you can see there. And then it has, I think, an 8 by 12 pocket, you can see here. And these are made by Cropper Hopper, and they are the Cropper Hopper page planners, and they come in packs of 3. And this is what I use to hold my kits. I put the paper in the large front pocket, and then I put the embellishments in the back pocket. So the first step is finding an inspiration piece, and in this case the inspiration piece is going to be the Cosmo Cricket Snorkel line. And once I've chosen my inspiration piece, then I choose my cardstock. So I come over here and I know I'm going to be using the colors in this kit. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go through my cardstock, and I know I'm going to choose some blues, definitely some of those greens, and then I want to make sure I get some orange and yellow like that, and definitely of course red. And then almost every kit I have has either black or dark brown, cream or white, and craft. And how I choose between black or dark brown depends on if it's kind of a more distressed looking paper where brown would look better, or if it's a more crisp paper where black would look better. And I think in this case, because the colors are so bright, I'm going to go with black. So I'll have black cardstock, cream cardstock, and also the colors that I choose. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the colors, and then I'm going to show you what I ended up with. Okay, so I have chosen my papers, or my cardstocks, and you can see how well they work with the papers and the other elements in the line. They coordinate really well. And I also pulled some, this is cream actually, and this is craft, and this is cork. It's a very thin sheet of adhesive backed cork that I got at Michael's ages ago, and I felt like, because Snorkel has a lot of fish and things like that, I thought fishing use the corks to hold your hook up. So so that is what I ended up with. And the next step normally is to gather pattern paper. Now, because I have a lot of the Cosmo Cricket papers from the line, I'm not going to add too much pattern paper, but I'm going to go through my die cut papers to see if I have any paper shapes that might be fun with this, because I do like my die cut papers, and there really aren't any in this particular line. So I'm going to go back over here, and when I put my pattern paper in the slots, I tend to put the shaped papers right on top, so I can very quickly just flip through the different ones and choose my papers if there are any. Okay, so I've gone through, and I have a craft doily, a black doily, this nice blue shape. And then here's blue and ledger, and then green and purple. Orange, of course, and this one from American Crafts is double-sided, and it's yellow on the back. And then orange and purple, and then green, and this has a touch of purple but mostly neutral. So I'm going to add these guys to the kit as well. And they're not all going to get used. When I make a kit, I load it up with tons of stuff, tons of paper, tons of cardstock, tons of die cut papers, so that I have plenty of options, that I can use it for more than a few layouts, and I can use it for even a mini album if I want to. So that's the next step. Now that I've finished pulling pattern paper, the next step is I go and I pull dimensional embellishments. So we're talking about chipboards, buttons, things like that. So I'm going to go to my dimensional embellishment drawer, and right away I see these flowers from Sassafras Lass. I'm going to grab these, and I'm going to go through the rest of the drawer and see what else I have in here, and I'm going to pull it, and then I'll see you back at the desk. Alright, so I've gathered dimensional embellishments. You can see I gathered a bunch of different kind of button colors and sizes. And then here's the Sassafras Lass flowers and a couple of tubes of bling. These are just individual gemstones in multicolor and then black and white. And then I got this beach themed Scenic Route chipboards that I had. Here's a cute little Florida embellishment pack someone gave me, so I might use some more Sassafras Lass. And then these colors were right, so I might use some of them because they do have some generic sentiments on there. And then these coaster arrows and stars could be fun as well, because they're nice and graphic shapes and pretty much go with everything. And so the next step is to look at flat embellishments, and that includes things like journaling spots and tags and rub-ons, and then ribbon. I actually have the Cosmo Cricut ribbon, so I'm going to not pull any of this ribbon. So let me take a look and see if I see anything in here that's catching my eye, and then we'll go from there. Okay, because I had stickers and some tags and some journaling spots in the Cosmo Cricut stuff itself, I didn't go too overboard with the flat embellishments, but I do have these Hambly rub-ons. They're black, they're crisp, and I think they'll go well with the papers. These you recognize from the paper bag album, and I like that red. And then these are kind of all sort of the same colors, just to add a quick note to a page. Those are from Scenic Route. These are Sassafras Lass. Great brackets, and they're in the right colors. And then these were just running around loose in my tags and journaling. They're the right colors, so I grabbed them too. And now I have a complete kit that will be good for several layouts, mini album, and all sorts of other projects. And so I'm just gonna put it together, and then I'm gonna store it away. And that's how I make one of my page kits. So if you have any questions, just leave a comment here or over on the blog, and I'll try and get to it as soon as possible. Thanks for watching.